The film takes place in a boarding school in England, and a quite a sober, tough environment in which we find Amberson, who is a boy who's finding it quite difficult to fit in for various reasons. As for who he is, his imagination, and the fact there's not the space for someone like that at this school. Then into the story comes Pauline Étienne's character.
Je joue le rôle de Agnès, qui est une jeune fille qui arrive dans cette école parce que son père est professeur de français. Et donc elle débarque dans cette école où il n'y a que des garçons. Et elle rencontre Amberson par hasard. Et elle tombe amoureuse d'un autre garçon, Winchester, qui est joué par Jonah. Et c'est une jeune fille qui est très, qui veut devenir set designer, qui a un caractère assez trempé, bien trempé, et qui est très créative aussi un peu. Ils ont un peu le même caractère tous les deux.
Well, I think that the differences between England and France are one of the things that we were interested in the movie, and the way that a teenage girl from France would suddenly arrive in this school and not understand all the nonsense that goes on there. I think that was the kind of perspective that we were looking for. From what we found in Dinard, what's special about France is that people really, really love the movies. Cyrano feeling fitted very beautifully with teenage boys. It was something that we felt could mesh really beautifully, not being able to tell someone that you love them. And that was something that we took a lot of inspiration for with Amberson, and someone maybe who was great in lots of ways, but not that way, I think, as well. So it was a big inspiration, the feeling of it and the sensitivity of it as well.
It's interesting. I mean, Pauline, can you think of some French films in which bullying is the centre of them? Because it's right. I can't think of too many off the top of my head. I mean, we have maybe a big tradition of stories which take part in schools, as it being such a formative environment for who we end up being. So maybe we do have a bit of a fascination with those stories. And therefore, inevitably, sadly, a lot of those stories, because bullying happens in those schools, in any school really, inevitably we have lots of stories that speak about that as we should, as we need to. What's different about Old Boys, though, in that sense, is that there's always a sense I found with Amberson, whenever we were on set, or even before that, when we were speaking, just in terms of character, there was this somebody who was trying, and as much as the punches, both literal and metaphorical, fell upon him, he was always ready to get back up on his feet again and bless him, try harder. And it's not until Agnès comes into his life that he kind of realises he's been going in a slightly wrong direction, and he has the opportunity to try, but in a different way. And what ends up being maybe what I found wonderful about Amberson when I read him was that he's ultimately someone with a lot of courage, I think, but it takes someone like Agnès, like Pauline, to bring that, to see that and force him to force him to be freer. Yeah.
We fell in love with both Pauline and Alex during the casting process. They were cast at slightly different moments, but the extraordinary thing was that as soon as they were together, something very magic happened. And that was, that I know that sounds like a cliche, but it was really a wonderful thing that I think we were just very lucky with, I think. How was it for you guys?
Yeah, you go. I spoke a lot.
Non, le casting, bah ouais, de façon très traditionnelle en fait. Juste, j'ai envoyé une vidéo, puis j'ai rencontré Toby 4 jours après, et la semaine d'après, je partais en Angleterre faire les essais, etc., lecture, tout ça. J'étais totalement flippée, effrayée, parce que c'était mon premier film en anglais, que je savais pas dans quoi j'allais m'embarquer, quoi.
C'est drôle que Pauline, elle dit qu'elle était effrayée parce que elle est arrivée avec l'air très belge peut-être, très très cool quoi. Et c'était pareil pour tout le monde en fait, que on avait de la chance d'avoir un casting et après une équipe qui s'est entendue juste très très bien ensemble et très simplement. Et
We spent the first week of the filming playing that streamers game. So all of that sequence is shot sort of in sequence, as it were. But for the first week, for sure, was a very physical week where it was great because it gets you out of your head and worrying about what you're embarking upon. And it was a lovely way of building a sort of a team, really. Yeah.
I don't drink tea. I'm sorry, but yeah, no, I drink coffee. Black.
Green tea.
I drank mine with almond milk. So we've got a whole array of personalities here.
Great, that's great. Thank you very much. Thank you.